time, we call the meeting to order. We have pledge, prayer. Rick, would you lead us in pledge?
Yes, sir.
Doc, would you lead us in prayer? Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we humbly come before you this day, being mindful of your presence and hoping that we remain diligent in our duties for the better of our county and our community, our state, and our nation. Bless those who serve us, watch over us. In his precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Everyone had a chance to look at the flags, everyone was in.
Yes, sir.
Anybody got any corrections, conditions?
No, sir.
Have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Todd's made a motion.
Second.
Rick second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Dustin? Morning.
Well,
So as you're aware, last year we formed a Community Corrections Advisory Board to start Washington County Community Corrections in Washington County. The state had mandated House Bill 1068 stating that all counties in the state would have to form a Justice Reinvestment Advisory Council called a JRAC Board. We chose to make our Community Corrections Advisory Board our JRAC Board. And so that was voted on. The JRAC Board's purpose is to assist local councils with promoting use of evidence-based practices and certain best practices of community-based alternatives and recidivism reduction programs. The current JRAC Board here in Washington County has members of the mayor of Salem, the sheriff, the prosecutor, circuit court judge, superior court judge, chief public defender, victim assistance employee, an ex-defendant, the DCS director, the director of LifeSpring, director of CASA, a county council representative, a principal at Salem High School, and several probation officer representatives. So the reason we are here today is to request that the opioid settlement funds that are going to be coming into the county be, that the JRAC board be used to decide what, how those monies should be spent. And everything like that.
Well, we believe, so the money came in, we believe you, the commissioners, have the authority to decide how to spend it. We believe the JRAC board has the expertise in how to spend it, so what we're asking is the board make recommendations, bring those recommendations back to you for your approval, certainly recognizing you guys make those decisions. But that money is anticipated to come in annually for the next 20 years, so we won't be devising a 20-year plan. That'll be something that has to be revisited routinely. But for the next short to midterm time, we'd like to come up with some plans for you, see if you could need approval.
Are we privy to the amount? Or do you know that amount yet? Or?
Yeah, auditor's office has it exactly. It's around $50,000 or $60,000 annually for the next 20 years, about $1 million over the next 20 years. So not, not a huge amount. We don't expect to make a major dent in this, but we're welcome to take any resources we have into the issues. There are some restrictions on how it has to be spent on those.
The first time, that's the best way to go with it. You're not going to.
Great.
So, a motion to, you want to make a motion to let the, what?
JRAC is the easiest way to, so,
JRAC committee to
Okay.
oversee the opioid settlement, its use.
I'll second that.
Got a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you.
Thanks.
Please. How are you, Siobhan?
I'm good. Thank you for allowing me to come up. I'm free to go. Wish they would stay because it sounds like they're who I need to talk to now. I'm Sally Stroud, and I'm here representing the Safe Haven Recovery Engagement Center. I'm one of the board members. We're based in Orange County, and we basically assist with people in recovery. We were a grassroots effort that started 4 years ago and has just grown and now recognized at the state level. We're a regional hub. We originally just served Orange County, and the state, like I said, has recognized us and has asked us to take on additional counties. Now we have 10 counties, Orange County, or Washington County being one of those. So since we started serving Washington County in February of 21, we have, most of our work is in this county. We're based in Orange County, but Washington County is the main county that we have served. So like as of right now, we have 70 active participants in our program. 29 of those are from Washington County, 26 of which are incarcerated in your jail. So our peer recovery coaches do weekly visits with these participants, and it's costing us $625 a month just to do these weekly visits with the participants in your county. And then also we've transported 13 participants to treatment upon release from your jail, so that's transportation time and gas and resources on that as well. So basically I'm asking for what they were asking for, help. So because we basically, when someone comes out, reaches out to us, most of our referrals come from the Department of Corrections. We do get some just word of mouth off the street calling in. But we just come alongside them and help them because oftentimes they're just lost. They get out and the brain's been damaged from the drugs and they don't even know where to start, and everybody around them is bad for them, so they have no resources. So we come alongside and help them become a productive member of society. We have three full-time certified peer recovery coaches that work with them and put them through our program. And I've listed just all of our resources and things that we do. And we do also now have a transportation, a grant paid for a vehicle for us and full-time drivers. As of right now, it's only available in Orange and Crawford County because of the grant, but hopefully we hope to, since most of our work is here, get it extended to here. But the transportation can be taking them to court, probation, work, grocery, doctor's appointments, anything. So hopefully we'll soon get that into your county. And then we do harm reduction. We have a naloxone box on our facility, and we distribute a lot of naloxone. All of our work, our board members are all volunteer. I'm a nurse practitioner by my real job. So the only paid people we have are by grants, and that's our 3 peer recovery coaches and our driver. So it's just, I mean, it's really been a grassroots effort, but we've come a long way. So basically on page 2 is the opioid remediation settlement and the research that I've done, and I met with Doug Huntsinger out of the governor's office for him to explain how the money can be used, and I've listed that there. And basically what we're doing is already what the money has been approved for. And there are things that we would like to do. Our biggest goal is to have a facility, because right now we're in a building that a church, and we're thankful they've generously donated the space to us to use, but we have no contract that could be figured out anytime, plus the fact that we've outgrown it. And there is a facility in Paoli that is available for sale right now for $250,000, and I have met with the people that own it, and they're willing to, because they believe in what we're doing as well, to sell it to us if I could get a lump sum money to put down. And so that I'm going to all of the commissioners in our region that we're serving and asking for a portion of the money so that we can get this building. Because everything we do is with grants, but no grants want to pay for capital expenditure. That's our issue. So we can't get a facility to operate out of. So that's the biggest ask right now, so that we can continue the work we're doing and then also add as I've listed on here, treatments and things that I would like to add in the future. And like they said, it's evidence-based practice. We're not a faith-based thing. I mean, I'm a Christian, but this is strictly, it's science. It's what works to help these people. That's what we're doing. That's what we'll continue to do, and continue to research and provide the services that will best support them. So that's what I'm asking for, is a portion of the money, since we are most active in your county. You know, a portion of the money to help us to get this lump sum to buy this building that is available right now.
So did I understand you right? It's $625 per patient?
No, so-
That's total.
No, so what it is it's $40 for 90 minutes of visit time if they go through Washington County. Somehow, I don't understand how this all works, somehow we pay through Orange County because it's cheaper, we can still log on to your system through Orange County. I don't understand how that all works, that's not part of my thing. But what the girls have told me is it's $26 for 90 minutes if they go through Orange County. So that's how they do it, but then somehow they log in and see it. So it saves us money, because if we went through your system, it's $960 a month. But since they go through Orange County, it's $625 a month. And that's for all the 26 people that are in your jail right now. Because ideally, our program is an hour a week with a peer recovery coach one-on-one. But the way that the system is set up here, we only get 20 minutes a week with them. But that's for the 20 minutes that we get per person a week for the whole month. Yeah.
Thank you. What we just done.
I was gonna say, it's a hundred fall into that.
How long have you been coming into our facility?
February 21.
February.
Yeah, we started 4 years ago just in Orange County.
Right.
And then we just, each time the state has asked us to take on a county, we've done it. And so we've had Washington County since February.
So are you working through the sheriff's then?
Yes, they work through with the sheriff's department and probation in each county. And every county obviously operates a little differently in what they allow us to do. And actually, the easiest, best county that I think has the best program is Crawford County, believe it or not. I mean, it blows my mind. I went to their commissioners last week and I was like, whatever y'all are doing, you're doing a great job, and your probation and sheriff, and they're just the easiest to work with. And I believe they want to see people have better lives. Their goal is not just to throw them in jail, and because that's usually not the answer. They're letting us work with them more than our own county is. We're getting a new sheriff though, and I've met with him, and I love our sheriff now, I'm in high school with him, but I think he's tired, and we're getting a new one, and I think it will. But yes, we work directly with them and in whatever way they'll allow us.
Anybody have anything?
Could I assume that you're fairly new, you said you've been around for 4 years. Am I to assume that this got started up due to maybe a void where there was a need, and you're filling that void? And I know there's been times we've used LifeSpring. I guess what I'm asking is, who is your competition, so to speak? And not that there would be much competition, because there's plenty of work to go around, and there's never enough people that can sit down and take the time with these people that have these addiction problems and help them. But could you comment on that a little bit?
We wish we had competition, honestly, because it's a little overwhelming. We don't want to say no when the state asks us to take additional counties, but it's also a little overwhelming with, like I said, because we're doing the majority of the work and we all have full-time jobs. So it's a lot, but we all believe in it. Like 4 of our board members are in long-term recovery themselves, and I have no experience other than patients that I've seen suffer. And for whatever reason, God gave me this passion. I have no idea other than that. But yeah, we don't really have competition, and like you said, there's so many needs, and what we try to do is partner with and collaborate with whatever we can find that will help the people that we serve. Like we don't want to be in competition with anybody. We want everybody to, and we do have meetings, like regional meetings, and see, okay, what do you have to offer in your county? What resources? And it's a lot of networking to figure out, like because we obviously can't provide everything, but we want to be a hub that knows about everything, and so that we can send people where they need to be to get what they need.
So part of the help that you provide for our inmates, is there a policy within your organization that encourages them, once they get hopefully straightened out and on their feet, to do basically what you're doing? You said you had 4 individuals who were recovering addicts and have been through the fire, so to speak, and I always thought that was very important. It's one thing to tell an addict, coming from someone like you who's obviously never been an addict, what you can do, what you need to do, what you need to do, so on and so forth. But I think it means a lot when you have an individual who's been an addict talking to another addict, because they can relate to this. So is this something that you try to encourage as you help these people of helping volunteer in the future?
Yes, and that is true. That's why we have peer recovery coaches. They have to have been in recovery for at least 18 months themselves in order to be a peer recovery coach. So yes, you can be a recovery coach, you can go through the training and do this without being a peer, like having be in recovery yourself. And I am going to go through the program just so I can have a better understanding of it. I don't really have the time to do it, but I want to just to learn. But yes, we do encourage, we don't push it on them because it's not for everybody, but we do believe in anybody that's willing to recover out loud and to help end the stigma and to help other people. So yeah, if they're willing, because we just added Knox and Lawrence, we're eligible for another grant to hire 2 more full-time coaches, so we're in the process of that. So yeah, we do encourage them if they're interested in that. We don't push it on them, but if they're interested, then absolutely we want them. And we need some males, because all 3 that we have right now are females, which is fine, they do a wonderful job, but I think sometimes just a male and a male would be a good thing.
Well, we certainly commend you for what you're doing, volunteering of your own time to do this and help these people. And we will certainly take a good, strong look at this.
Thank you. That's all we ask.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have their contact number?
It's at the bottom of the last page, email, phone number, and Safe Havens as well. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, we do want to fill in the commissioner's responsibility on the BZA appointment.
Commissioner Roberts asked me to get in touch with Denise Coots, who is willing, you said honored, to sit on the BZA board, and based upon that, I would like to make a motion that we appoint Denise Coots to the BZA board.
I'll second that.
Todd's made a motion for Denise Coots. Roberts, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Aye.
Welcome. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Right. I'm getting from you. I'll skip that one right now.
Okay.
Tiffany Burton. You got the floor.
Hey, I'm just here to talk about our insurance and our clinic fees. In September, during your commissioner meeting, it was approved that the Humana was actually going to be -3%, and that was signed in that meeting. Oh, I'm sorry.
Lisa, that's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that was signed in that meeting and approved. And then we received an email as a county employee that our insurance was going to go up 5%. And I use the term insurance loosely because it wasn't insurance that was going on. It was technically our clinic fees. When I asked for breakdowns of these fees, I got a phone call from a commissioner who was telling me over the phone what they were going to be, gave them to me from 2017 to 2022, which still did not explain why anything was going to go up in 2023. So again, I had to ask for another breakdown of fees. Finally got a breakdown of fees, and in the document that I received from the auditor, it is showing that our clinic fees are going up from $83.09 per member per month to $86.41 per member per month for January of 2023. So I'm just wondering where the $5 came from, because that's a difference of $3.32. So I'm wondering where the extra $1.68 is coming from. And I was also had asked for a breakdown of percentage in insurance of what the county pays for employees' insurance compared to what the employees pay, which I've still not received. So I'm just trying to get some clarification.
Since I spoke with her on the phone, could I address this one thing? Sure. Oh, they're not working. All right. The $3, what was it, $3.32?
$3.32, yes.
Okay. As sure as the sun's going down this evening and it will come up tomorrow, insurance will continue to go up.
Yes, and I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just asking where this number came from. Like, it's a specific amount of $5, so where exactly did this $5
It's
come
called
from?
rounding.
So we just decided to round up, and
Yes.
what I'm saying is, we didn't get any clarification with that first email. It was just, your price is gonna go up, and after it had been discussed in a meeting that it would be -3%, there was some confusion there, and that was the point of asking for clarification.
Okay.
And I just don't feel like it should have resulted from a phone call and 5 to 6 emails just to get the breakdown of what the insurance prices were gonna be. And I still yet to receive the percentages of what the county pays towards our insurance compared to what the employees pay.
Okay, we're going to give that to you, Mr.
Zach, would you come forward?
And see, I feel like if anybody could have said at any time, just contact Zach and he can break that down for you, that would have been great.
We've been putting off raises for a long time. And to be honest with you, that's why I asked Zach to come in this morning.
And like I said, I understand that. I'm not expecting the county to absorb all costs. I was simply asking for a breakdown, which I didn't get. And in that email when I was being dismissed, I could have easily said, hey, can you contact Zach? He's got all of that information for you. I could have called him, this has already been handled, instead of wasting my time and yours sitting here to do it when he obviously already had the information.
Zach, you got that?
Okay, yep. All right. You got the sheet?
I do,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. Concerning the Everside Healthcare Clinic, that is a true benefit that the county gives
I agree.
to all the employees,
Absolutely.
and they actually pay 100% of the clinic fee. So there's no cost to the employee. They can go there. A lot of your generic prescriptions you can pick up. You can go there, no co-pays. So it really just a true benefit from the county.
Correct, it is. And I agree with that 100%.
On the group medical insurance, for an employer that offers group medical insurance, they have to at least pay for 50% of the plan. for the employee. The county's chosen in the past and continues to pay more than the 50% minimum. For example, I've got this kind of sheet here on the $1,000 deductible option for the employee only. The employer, the county, is paying 84.8% of the true full cost. The other option, if you have the $1,000 deductible option, would be dependents, children. They pay 62.2%. On the $3,000 deductible employee only option, they're paying 95.4% of that plan. And then the $3,000 deductible employee with dependents, children, they are paying 67.8%. Yeah, there's the breakdown there. On just brief kind of mention on the 3%. The county was given an early no-shop
Right.
guarantee.
Yes.
It's an early incentive. For Humana, they look at it as, okay, if we can get this, we can move on to the next group and work on that one. So the county performed well enough to get this no-shop guarantee, and that was a total decrease of the 3%. So that's where that 3% lands. Cost-wise, it's always up to the commissioners, and they've paid way more than the 50%. So that's,
It's not the fact that the price was going up. That had nothing to do with it. I mean, inflation's been 8 to 9% every month. We obviously know that prices are going up. It was the fact that when I just asked for a simple breakdown, it was a phone call and a dismissive email that should have never happened. It could have easily been cleared up with, hey, Zach has that information, give him a call. And I would have been more than happy to contact Zach on my own personal time and just say, hey, can you give me a breakdown or email it to me? Because he obviously already had it.
I don't think a lot of times, as much as I hate to say it, and trying to get our agent to know the answers of what we're going to be looking at, a lot of times, to give you the correct answer, we can't say, okay, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to have your answer.
And I understand that also, but I didn't need a dismissive email letting me know that this matter had been resolved when I still didn't get the information that I had asked for. It could have been, I don't have that information right now for you. I will try my best to get that to you soon. And that was not what was given to me.
And so many times that is the case.
It needed to be, like I said, I shouldn't have been told that it was resolved when I still wasn't getting that information. I should have been told we're looking into that. We'll get that to you. We have to contact our insurance agent and do some work on our end. And that would have been fine, but when I have a request as to where my money is being spent at, I feel like I have that right to know how much my insurance is costing.
Did you contact your superior with this?
Yes.
Did you get an answer from her?
Well, obviously, she didn't know how much the insurance was costing, so I also contacted the people who would know. I sent emails to HR. I also spoke to Todd, and like I said, they gave me prices through 2022. Well, then I asked for prices through 2023, and I got those. I asked when it had been discussed in a commissioner meeting, because I listened to all of them, and I didn't remember hearing it. And I got an attachment of a meeting from September 21st, 2021, that showed where they had changed the name from Activate Health Clinic to Everside. But that didn't tell me when it had been discussed for 2023, and it going up. And I was just wondering, because like I said, people at this time are budgeting pennies. We're not budgeting hundreds of dollars. So $5 might not be a lot to some people, but to others, that's a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk for the month. And so asking where my money's going, I don't feel like that's a bad question to be asking at this point in time with inflation the way that it is.
I have a question.
Yes.
You know what is taken out of your check every pay period now?
Yes.
The only thing that you had not been provided, which I didn't even know the exact percentage myself,
Right.
because there are different phases of it. The only thing that you didn't receive from us was a breakdown of the percentages what the county pays and what you pay, right? Which you now have.
I now have, I also didn't receive when it was discussed in a commissioner meeting for it to go up for 2023. Not in 2021, because that has nothing to do with 2023. Inflation's been way different from 21 to 23.
But it was. So anyway, so we know what your insurance is gonna cost you.
Right.
You do, this year. And we know probably within a few pennies of what it's going to cost in 2023. So what else do we know?
That was the point. I mean, I wasn't provided with this breakdown, and it could have been resolved much easier than me being here wasting my time and wasting yours.
Yeah.
It could have been completely handled with, we don't have the exact percentage, let us get with our insurance agent and find that out for you. And then he wouldn't have had to been here wasting his time either.
It didn't quite play out that way, but because
No, it didn't. That's why I'm here.
you kept adding more questions as you went along, but that's okay. I understand. I hope this satisfies all your questions, and the only thing I would say is, in the future, which, we're very transparent here, and we have no problem allowing you to come and talk about this, because it's somewhat educational. So, but in the future, I think to me, it's more of a personal thing, and you might want to go through your department head, your boss, and maybe sit down eyeball to eyeball, and try to be, all of us be a little bit more civil and sit down with the HR.
I don't understand why you're taking it personally for me asking about my
I'm not.
company page. Well, you said it was a little personal.
No, I said to me,
Okay.
my insurance.
Well, I mean, in
If-
county
if
government,
I-
everything is transparent, so it's not personal at this point in time. I mean,
No, I
it's public
said,
record, so
I said if it were me.
if it were you, yes, and that's what I'm saying. With me, it's all public record, so I mean, I should have been able to ask those questions.
We all
and get
all
answers.
aware of that, yeah.
Rick, you have something?
No.
Do you have your answers?
I have all of them except what commissioner meeting that it was spoke about in 2022 for the 2023 year. The raise in price in insurance.
Budget hearings, yeah.
And when were those, do you know when those were?
July.
Okay. And see, that information could have been provided to me also, and it wasn't until just a second.
Well,
That way I could have watched it on video, and maybe it could have cleared up some of my
Rest
questions.
assured, we've done our due diligence.
I never said that you hadn't. I was just saying that I could have listened, could have answered some of my own questions.
I've got a question for you. Are you on the clock now?
No, sir, I'm not my
Okay,
clock.
thank you.
And I would never come to commissioners meeting on the clock,
Just
because
a
it's my
question.
personal time.
Just a question.
Yeah, no, I'm not on the clock. Thank you for asking, though.
Do you have your answers?
Yes, yes, I do. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Holiday schedule.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 2023 holiday schedule will be January 16th, that's Martin Luther King Day, President's Day on February 20th, Good Friday on April 7th, Memorial Day, May 29th, Independence Day, July 4th, Labor Day, September 4th, Veterans Day, November 10th, Thanksgiving, November 23rd and 24th, Christmas, December 25th.
Questions?
Make a motion to approve the holiday schedule for 2023.
Second.
Scott's made a motion. Rick said, all in favor, say aye.
All right?
Aye.
Motion carried.
I have a contract extension for HWC Engineering. This will cover our pavement asset management plan and some of our community crossing paperwork. There's really no changes here. It's an on-call agreement, and once we reach a certain amount, we do an extension. This is like the third or fourth time we've done it. This is an extension for $25,000. This does not obligate us to spend $25,000. It is not to exceed. Just as we need them, we can call them for services. I just need 3 signatures.
They also do all the bridges, right?
That Jensen responds to the bridges, but they do all of our, like, pavement asset management, the community crossings, paperwork, they help us with that.
So, let me ask you something here. Since we're taking on Hardsburg for the next couple of years, is there anything to be done down there?
As far as HWC, they can grade the roads like on the pavement asset management plan, they can do that. They should already have some type of plan, since they received community crossings. That's one of the criteria, you have to have that. So Hardinsburg must have had their road scored some way. But it would probably be a good idea to go ahead and have them do it, that way the same person's grading them and you're comparing apples to apples. And there is a bridge in Hardinsburg, but all the bridges in small towns are already ours, so that, nothing there changed, it was already our bridge.
Is that something that Steve Anderson can,
Probably.
because he done the community crossing, is that
Right.
something?
Yeah.
To accept,
Agreed.
make motion to, I need a motion to make an agreement between HMC and, or HWC.
Memorandum of agreement for engineering services from HWC.
Second. Rick made a motion. Todd second. All in favor, say aye.
Right?
Aye.
Aye.
So the bridges in Hardinsburg were already our responsibility?
Any bridge over 20 feet, which classifies as a bridge, anything under 20 feet falls in the small structure category, and that would be classified like a culvert. And that would be the property of the town. Same way with Pekin. We have 3, the county has 3 bridges inside of Pekin. They're in our inventory. Same with Salem, you know, we have like 6 in Salem that are ours.
So the mileage around Hardinsburg itself, will that add to your list?
Yeah, and when the day comes, we're gonna have a conversation, because my answer to a lot of Hardinsburg problems are the inventory. There's some streets there that don't need to be streets. I mean, maybe that's motivation for them, if they want those to be streets, that's motivation for them to continue to be a town, because if it's long-term gonna be the county, those aren't gonna be streets, those are gonna be private easements. There's just no way to maintain them or bring them back to life. A lot of people won't like that, but it is what it is.
Well, a couple of those streets we went on down there,
Right.
I don't think were 8 feet wide.
Right, yeah, when they were in good shape, you couldn't have got a dump truck down width-wise, and 50 years later, if it was wider, you couldn't take a dump truck down.
We used to break the tree limbs on your pickup.
Yeah. You know, the main thoroughfares and some of the little side streets would be fine, but I've got a list, they're kind of drawn out, there's these six streets that probably have to be removed from the inventory.
And that one culvert we looked at down there.
We put some riprap in it, a little bit of cold patch, just to make it safe for travel.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
You get your trucks?
The 6 chassis, the 6 trucks are in Indianapolis. Kentucky Truck has delivered them. Well, I worded that wrong. We have received the 6 trucks. They were in Indianapolis. 4 of them are now at the Highway Department with beds on them. We're waiting on the bed company for the final 2. And they say mid-November for the final 2. They also said mid-June, mid-July, mid-August, so that doesn't mean anything.
Okay. Appreciate it, Brad. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
How much salt you use this morning?
No, it won't be long.
Don't say that.
Dustin?
The only thing I have is, I think maybe Stephanie sent me an email this week about signage, putting up signs.
We've been getting a lot of calls from campaigns wanting to put out political signs, and mainly they have been putting them out in surrounding counties, which our vote center based, our county is precinct based, So our only early voting location is at the Justice Center in our Election Voter Services office. So of course, they've asked if we have ordinances in place, so that's what I was questioning the commissioners and you to see if there is an ordinance in place, so I can use that to reference to give them that ordinance number, so that means it's a clear cut, there's no gray area. We have ordinance in place and that's it, and we don't have to worry about line of sight.
And I think the original ordinance, banning signs on, was just applicable to this property, the courthouse property.
At the time, we didn't have that building built when that was done.
Yeah. So we,
The word, I'm sorry, the wordage I think would be okay, but we do need to add the additional county properties.
so we are,
Williams, the EMS, Justice, Government. I think that's it.
yeah, so we
All
have,
county properties, I'm sorry.
we've amended the sign ordinance to ban signs at the courthouse property, the Justice Center, Government Building, EMS, and the Williams Building, and the Highway Department, and all other property owned or acquired by Washington County in the future. So obviously, there are probably election laws that I don't know that preempt or trump this local ordinance. So,
Actually, according to any election division, as long as the county has the ordinance, they can even have an ordinance on political signs 30 days prior, day after, that's what trumps any state law, actually. So as long as we have that ordinance in place, then that's what I can give any campaigns that reach out to us, and that's it.
so essentially the ordinance that's being proposed today amends the original sign ordinance to cover all Washington County property, not just this property here.
I make a motion that we move to amend the ordinance to include all the other county properties.
Todd's made a motion, Rick second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Carter? Todd?
Travis, do you have any for us?
No.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Todd's made a motion, Rick second,